Governor, what can you tell us about your meeting last week with the President-elect? Any specific jobs that you talked about? How much interest do you have, that kind of thing?
So when the President-elect calls and asks for a meeting, respectfully, I would absolutely not turn that down. So I was very happy to be invited. It was a good meeting. We talked about a multiple group of topics, and it was a very nice meeting. But I will remind you, it was a private meeting, and I'm very respectful of private meetings. And so I think what happens in those meetings is very important to keep that private.
Governor, can you speak about what it's like to have been in the spotlight, being named as a potential Secretary of State, or being entertained as someone who would fill a cabinet position over the last few days? You're moving into a different level in terms of national attention now, and it would appear that you've been given serious consideration by the President-elect for a pretty influential position in his administration. How do you approach that personally, and what are your thoughts about it?
Really, it was more of, in all honesty, I thought about the people of South Carolina. If you look at every issue we've had, we've done it as a team. If you look at every tragedy we've had, we solved it as a team. If you look at any sort of crisis we went through, it was all about the team. And so what that did was it lifted up the state of South Carolina. I happen to be that person that was blessed to serve South Carolina during all of those things. And so I think it's not just a person, I think it's a state that they've noticed a lot of activity, whether it's been jobs, whether it's been crisis, whether it's been any of those issues. I mean, South Carolinians should be very proud that they look at South Carolina with great respect, and they see great action being taken, and they see us as a front runner in all of the states moving forward. And so I think the people of South Carolina really need to appreciate all that we have done together that's made this happen.
Have you had communication with the transition team since
We have had conversations. We've had, we'll continue as long as the president, continues to ask questions. I will continue to be supportive. Right now, what we want is a very successful Trump transition and administration. That only helps South Carolina. And so from that standpoint, we should all be praying for his success. We should all be praying for our country. And I think that through that, I can tell you from being at the Republican Governors Association, you've had, 34 very excited Republican governors at the thought of what a Republican president can mean, what this will do to the overtime laws, the EPA laws, all of the things with Obamacare, all of those issues. It really was a celebration last week with not only the Republican Governors Association about the opportunities of really what we can do now in our states and in our country, and then also with Federalist Society. Talking to them on Friday, you saw a lot of excitement of what a new Trump administration would look like. And so I think we need to be respectful that he's making a lot of decisions, and we should just support him and hope that he's making the best decisions he possibly can.
Are you prepared to move to Washington if necessary?
I am prepared to celebrate South Carolina, and that I finally got my 46th county. I am prepared for a great Pumpkin Carolina game this weekend. I am prepared to talk with people about the fires we've got going on in the state, and prepared to deal with things like the Richland County Rec Commission and all these other things that we need to catch up on. Those are the things I'm prepared for, and those are the things that I'm focused on right now.
Will you be making